Hi, I welcome back to the channel. To those of you here for the first time, my name is Jackie and I am back on YouTube. I've taken quite a break. I think it's been about 2 years since I did my last video. And I am ready to jump right back into it. You know, life happens, things change, but one thing that didn't change is that I am still in Ghana and still loving Ghana in spite of some challenges, some setbacks. I am still here and I am ready to be here for you guys again. So, I have changed the name of the channel to Bold and Abroad. Real talk, real life, real results for all my beautiful women, 40 plus, who are thinking about coming to Ghana or already in Ghana, and you may need some assistance with some stuff. So, Sister Jackie is here for you guys. I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you with all your needs and all things Ghana. So, today I am just here to kind of reintroduce myself and reintroduce my channel and pretty much just let you guys know that I'm back and I'm here for any and everything that you need that is related to Ghana. So, for those of you who have not been here before, let me give you a little bit of background on myself. I arrived in Ghana in October of 2022, and I've lived here pretty much well, no, not consistently. I've lived here, um, let's say 3 years. I did leave for 6 months, so we'll just call it 2.5 years. I left for 6 months, and during that 6 month period that I was gone, I went to the United States and I went to visit some family in Jamaica. Had a wonderful time and went back to the United States. And I could not wait until I got back to Ghana. I absolutely missed Ghana. It was just one of those things that I was like, okay, let me get back. But I needed to spend a little time with my family and friends and my children. And so, November of last year, I came back to Ghana. So I've been back in Ghana for almost 1 year. But while I've been in Ghana, I have acquired a vast amount of knowledge of what life is like on the ground. Some of it by force, some of it by choice. And I really want to be able to share all of that, especially with my single ladies out there who are making this trip to Ghana on their own without anyone on the ground assisting you to make sure that your interests are taken care of, that your properties are secure, that you're making good decisions, not just based on what somebody is saying on YouTube, but really on real life scenarios. So I just really want to be there for you and provide all the information that is necessary to give you a soft landing. I have been here and I have seen that Ghana will definitely challenge you. Ghana will test your patience. Ghana will push you to grow. However, with all that being said, there is a sense of peace and freedom that you're going to find in Ghana. And I don't know, I have not experienced that anywhere else. I have traveled quite a bit throughout this world, and not as much as a lot of people, but a lot more than some. And I've got to say that there hasn't been a single place that I've been that I have just felt that sense of peace from the moment that I stepped off the plane. And I think you can probably watch a lot of other YouTubers who share the same sentiment that I do. And while I will always say that Ghana is not for everyone, it's for a lot of people. It's for me, and it could be for you too. You just have to be armed with the right information and the right tools to make this landing a lot softer. I've seen people come to Ghana and leave. I came here and saw quite a few people, and those people have since left Ghana for one reason or the other. And I will say that, everybody has their why for coming to Ghana. I have my why, and so do you. So, what I'd like to do is kind of help you to explore your reason for wanting to come to Ghana, and then give you an even better reason for wanting to stay in Ghana. Some of you have seen my previous videos from when a couple of years ago when I just arrived in Ghana. And, those were kind of the early days when I was getting my feet wet, per se, and learning a lot about the people, learning a lot about the culture, the terrain, really exploring Ghana. And since that time, while I was, off of YouTube, I have seen so much of Ghana. I've visited not every corner, but many corners of Ghana, and there are some absolutely beautiful places in Ghana that will just absolutely amaze you. You know, but now I'm back on YouTube and I'm relaunching my channel with a crystal clear mission. And what is that mission, you may ask? That mission is to assist my fellow diasporas, mainly my 40 plus, 50 plus, single female, or married with a mission of moving you and your family to Ghana to really have a soft landing. I want the experience to be seamless and memorable as possible. And just know that you do have help. It's important to be able to communicate with the person who is assisting you with your relocation, because you're moving like this is a whole continent that you're moving. You're not moving from, New York to New Jersey, or you're not even moving from Jamaica to America. You're moving like a whole continent. There's a whole ocean in between you and what you've known for your entire life. So I really want you to take it serious and know that I am definitely here to help you. This channel will be for really for anyone, honestly. But my experiences are going to be from the perspective of uh, a woman now solo who is experiencing life in Ghana and having to live day to day, having to also rely on a lot of local people, local Ghanaians for my assistance. And in that, I have met some absolutely wonderful people who are extremely helpful, extremely knowledgeable. And I've also met some people who are just absolutely no good. This channel is really about keeping it real and letting you know the truth. I have met some people since I've been here who are absolutely so wonderful, and they are around me, up until today. And that includes both fellow diasporans and local Ghanaians. So, this is going to be the real life living here in Ghana. It's going to be real talk. One of the things that you need to know is that your decision to move needs to be based on more than just a vibe, or based on, a lot of the excitement now that is surrounding moving to Africa. Your decision needs to be based on facts and real on the ground knowledge. And you have to understand that there's paperwork involved, there's a change of systems, there's decisions in regard to your health care, uh, regarding to the way that banking is done, regarding just daily details that will assist you in making your life easier before you get here. So you kind of know what you need to anticipate once you get on the ground. The second thing is, if you're coming to Ghana and you're planning on buying land or on building a home, there's a lot that you need to know. I am, my background is that my family is from Jamaica. I wasn't born in Jamaica, but my family is from Jamaica. And I grew up in the United States, but I can turn on the accent anytime. Listen, anytime I want to. It goes on and off whenever, I feel like. But anyway, so, it's a lot different. I've never built a house from scratch before. you always go buy a house in the United States, but here in Ghana, most people are building their house from the ground up. And it's really important that you understand what's involved in the entire building process. And I worked in the construction field in the United States, and it's different. It's absolutely different, and there's just a lot you need to know. Even the main thing for me is aesthetics. It's just different. Let me just say, it is very different. And so, if you're concerned about the way things look and the way they feel and the way they flow, you definitely need somebody who has had that Western experience to assist you on the ground. Otherwise, I'm telling you, you are going to be not so happy. You know, there are just going to be things that are going to fall short. But enough of that. The other thing is that um, you really need to prepare yourself for the change of life, the change of climate, the change of environment, and you're starting over. You're starting life over again. So it's really important that you have that awareness that it's a new environment. Ghana is nothing like America, and it's best to come here with no expectations and just kind of let it flow, which is one of the reasons why it's important to speak to someone that can effectively communicate with you what real life is on the ground here in Ghana. There's so much here to see and to experience. I mean, Ghana has such a rich culture. It has really just beautiful people. The food can be wonderful, if you're open minded, and just honestly, the culture. Just, it's like a step back in time for a lot of people, especially those, my Jamaican fellows out there. Wanna know what I mean? Right? It's like going back to Jamaica when you were a child, and that nostalgic feeling of like, for those of us who grew up in the country, like I went back to Jamaica every summer, by the way, till I was like 13 years old. So for I have that experience. I have that experience. I went back to my grandmother every summer till I was like at 13 or 14 years old. So that's my experience. So coming to Ghana for me was so nostalgic and just absolutely, um, it just gave me a wonderful feeling. It's kind of makes you feel young again. But for those that didn't have that experience, Ghana is a whole new world. And especially if you've never stepped outside of the United States, I have quite a few of my diaspora uh, friends and sisters who have never stepped foot in a third world country and never stepped foot outside of the United States. And it's a complete culture shock. It is a complete culture shock. So you have to prepare yourself for that mentally. YouTube will not prepare you for that. And even just you talking to me is not going to fully prepare you for that. But I think somebody giving you the real deal on the ground of some of the things that you're going to deal with. The sanitation issues, the transportation issues, public safety issues, all those things. You need to know like the real deal. And listen to me, Ghana is really safe. Honestly, I feel safer in Ghana than anywhere that I've ever lived before. I have no problem walking on any street here at night. I don't feel like anybody's going to come stick me up with a gun or um, any of those things. I just don't feel that. So I want to give you that reassurance that that's okay. I don't live in Accra. I live down in the Cape Coast area. So I don't know if in Accra there's not that high level of crime. Yes, somebody might snatch your cell phone. Somebody may talk to you that you don't want to talk to you, or maybe be asking you for money or something like that. But I don't think that there's the crime that we experience in the West and also in the Caribbean. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not familiar with what goes on in Canada, but I know even in the UK that crime is really on the rise. Crime, racism, all of those things are on the rise. For me, I want to be somewhere where I feel safe. I feel like I belong. And that is what Ghana really gives you, is that that sense of belonging. Like when you look around and you're like, oh, okay, this person is like me, and that person's like me, and you see so many of your relatives and people. You're walking down the street, and you're like, wait, you know, does that look like that person looks like so and so? So those are some of the things that I absolutely love about being in Ghana, and even with the challenges that you will face. And I would never tell you that there are no challenges. There are absolutely challenges. There's challenge if you move from New York to California, because California people are just different. And New York people are just different. If you move from Atlanta to New York, you're going to have challenges because it's a different culture. Even right there in America, it's a different culture. Even if you're in Canada and you move from Toronto out to Brampton, it's a different culture. If you're in Jamaica and you move from Kingston to Ocho Rios or to Montego Bay, it's different. It's so don't look at it, as oh my God, it's gonna blow your mind. It's a different culture. You can be right in the same city and somebody's dialect is different from your dialect. It's no different in coming to Ghana. And yes, Ghana, the official language of Ghana is English. However, within Ghana, there are many, many, more than 100 different languages. And you will have someone from the north of Ghana come down to Cape Coast, and they can't speak to each other in any other language except English because they don't know each other's language. So don't come here and feel like, everything is so difficult and challenging for you. It's even challenging for the people that live here. And, if I were to tell somebody one thing about coming to Ghana, it would be please, please have patience. Have patience, have patience. Like if you can buy patience, buy some and bring it with you. Because in Ghana, nothing moves fast. You know, um, it's just the way it is, and you do have to be patient. So that's the one thing that I do ask that you do when you come to Ghana. Other than that, I think Ghana is an absolutely great choice for those that are looking for that sense of peace, that sense of belonging, that feeling of freedom, and just want to have a better quality of life. One thing I can say about me personally living in Ghana for this length of time is that I feel so much healthier. Uh, I think that I even look healthier. I feel like I've aged backwards since being here. A lot of the ailments that I came to Ghana with, such as plantar fasciitis, sciatica, carpal tunnel, high blood pressure, it's all gone. I kid you not. It they're gone. I think maybe part of the reason is I'm not eating a lot of processed foods anymore. I'm not just in the air conditioner inside the house. I'm outside, I'm walking, I'm moving, I'm going upstairs, I'm perspiring, getting those toxins out of my body. I just feel like in the 3 years that I've been here, I feel amazing. Like I can just go all day. I can literally go all day without drinking coffee, drinking matcha, iced tea, whatever, all the stimulants that we have to take just to wake up in the morning. I don't have to do any of that because my body is not busy trying to process foods that are just not supposed to be in my body. So those are some of the things that I find that have been so beneficial here to me in Ghana. And I am just here to assist anyone who is thinking about making that move. Let's have a conversation about why you want to come to Ghana and how you plan to come there and how you plan to make that happen. It's really important that you plan well. I'm about to welcome two of my sisters to Ghana who are moving here permanently. I'm absolutely excited. I'm so proud to be that person who kind of opened up the door for a lot of family and friends. It just takes one. It just takes one. And that one person can be you. So, again, I'm here to really provide a lot of support to those who want to make the move. My ladies who are 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, 70 plus, I'm here for you guys. Let's talk. Even if you're just thinking, let's talk. Hit me up, send a comment. Let's talk and see what Ghana or any other African country can do for you. The continent is big. There are 54 countries in Africa. There could be one that is absolutely right for you. I've visited uh, three so far. I've been to Kenya, I've been to Gambia, and I am currently in Ghana. I plan to visit a lot more, but right now I can only speak truth to Ghana, and I can tell you a few things about Kenya. I'll share some videos later on the channel of my trip to Kenya last year. I stopped there on my way back to the United States, and it was absolutely wonderful. Uh, I just didn't really get to see much because of the limited time that I had, but I'll share some of that later on. However, just wanted to say I am back and I'm here to support. So, anyone who's here for the first time, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I promise I will be posting a lot of videos and I will be giving you priceless information on a lot of the things that are related to Ghana and related to your decision on whether or not Ghana is right for you. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in, for listening to me talk on here. Um, you know, and I really appreciate the support that you guys have and will provide on this channel. Thank you so much. Again, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please comment on anything that you're interested in knowing about Ghana. Please comment below. Anything about me that you'd like to know, that is within reason without violating too much of my privacy, I will be more than happy to answer for you. You know, some people on YouTube, they just want to know a little bit too much. And that's not what we're here for. We are here to help you to get to Ghana. That is what we're here for. So thank you so much again for tuning in. I love you guys, and I look forward to really providing you guys with a lot of useful information. Thank you so much.